All right, my friends, you might be wondering what's happening over here at the quilting studio. I am at the trimming table. I'm not out in the quilting studio with the Gamble 14-foot long arm machine, but let me talk to you about what's happening. First of all, take just a minute to like and subscribe. These quilts are so lovely and they really need to get out to more people. We need to bring it up higher in the algorithms because quilting, piecing, sewing, all of that handwork is great for your mental acuity, and I want to help people to have that benefit. Also, when you see beautiful quilts, it gives you a shot of endorphins, and I'm all about the feel-good chemicals, that's for sure. My lovely client Jean, she's a sweet elderly gal. She called me yesterday. I had just finished a dental appointment. She said, I so need your help. Okay, what do we have going? We chatted a little bit. I said, literally, I'm around the corner from you. Let me come over and pick that up and save you a trip over to the quilting studio about 20 minutes away. So that's great. Here's what she has going. She has this gorgeous French rose quilt right here. If you haven't seen it, look it up. You'll see how it works over time. A lot of times people actually will clip the edge of these. You can see there's the rose in the center and the pieces that go out from there. Leaves right here. You attach them onto the piece of the backing. You can see how gorgeous her off-white embossed backing is right here. You've got batting inside of that, and you've literally attached all of these together. I've actually seen some, and I've actually stitched them here where I have just gone ahead and quilted right over them, and they were fine with that. But this is kind of like a quilt as you go block. You can see she's completely finished it in this way. But she said, Brenda, my hands just have so much arthritis. I'm just having trouble getting the clipping going in between here. I need you to finish that for me. That's not something that I would normally do over here at the quilting studio as far as quilting offers, but I can do that. That's something I can do. So I said, yes, let me handle that for you. So I've gotten a couple of them done. I'll be doing more over time. As it goes through the washer and gets used, this ends up fluffing up a little bit. She also says, I need the binding done. Please, can you create the binding for me? And so she gave me a whole bunch of her extra leftover fabrics, and she wanted a binding that started out at 3 inches. I normally do 2.5, so it's going to be a little wider than normal. And she wanted a scrappy look binding. So I've cut the binding at about 14 inches-ish in general. And you can see I've attached them all together at this fun scrappy look. I'm going to go through and cut off the triangle. I'm going to press these open, and I will be attaching the binding on here. And it's going to be stunning. It's going to be beautiful. I'm using all of the various leftover fabrics that she has right here. And this is a service that I offer over here at the quilting studio. I can finish anything that's needed in the way of the quilt. So let's go ahead and talk about what's needed. This is what's needed for her quilt, and that's what I want to help her with. These are so beautiful. I'm going to go into the sewing room now, and I'm going to start trimming these, pressing them, and then I'm going to be attaching them to the quilt. Stay tuned for the process. I'll show you how that's going to happen. If you haven't seen a French rose quilt before, go ahead and take a look. It's different. It's really different from what you normally see over here at the quilting studio, but it's so stunning, and I'm excited to get started with it and so happy to help Jean finish up this beautiful project for her daughter.